back to me again. Please don't harm my son. Please, I'm begging you. Please, God, please.
In the summer of 2025, a heartbreaking case grips Southern California. A missing child, a desperate Amber Alert, and then an unimaginable twist. This is the story of baby Emmanuel Haro.
Sick. How you could do that to a child?
It's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
Please.
A case that began with hope spiraled into horror and left an entire community demanding answers.
Back. Just give him back to me again. Please don't harm my son. Please, I'm begging you. Please, God, please.
It was Monday, August 18th, 2025, when authorities in Riverside County received a call no one ever wants to hear. Rebecca Haro, a 41-year-old mother from Cabazon, claimed her 6-month-old son, Emmanuel, had been abducted. According to her, someone had taken the infant, vanishing without a trace. The report was urgent enough to trigger an Amber Alert, spreading across California highways, cell phones, and media outlets. For a brief moment, the public believed this was a child abduction case. Helicopters took to the skies. Deputies combed through neighborhoods. K-9 units searched tirelessly. Neighbors stood outside in shock. Some prayed, others joined the search. Parents everywhere held their children closer. But behind the growing urgency, investigators already had questions. From the start, detectives noticed inconsistencies in Rebecca's story. She couldn't keep her timeline straight. Her description of events shifted, and crucially, there was no evidence. No surveillance footage, no witnesses, no sign of a kidnapper. When investigators pressed her, Rebecca abruptly ended the interview. That alone raised red flags. But when deputies searched the Haro home, what they found deepened their fears. Bloodstains on the floorboards, signs that something violent had happened inside. Even more disturbing, investigators noted that baby clothes and photographs of Emmanuel had been removed from the home. It looked less like an abduction and more like a cover-up. By August 22nd, just 4 days after the Amber Alert was issued, investigators were ready to make a stunning announcement. The search for a missing baby was now a murder investigation. That evening, both Rebecca Haro and her husband, Jake Haro, were arrested. They were charged with the murder of their own child. The Amber Alert was canceled, and baby Emmanuel, just 6 months old, was now presumed dead. Who were Jake and Rebecca Haro? To outsiders, they were just another couple living in Cabazon, a desert community east of Los Angeles. But investigators soon uncovered a troubling history. Jake Haro, age 32, had a documented past with law enforcement. In 2018, he was convicted of child cruelty in a case involving another child who suffered severe, permanent injuries. This was not his first brush with violence against children. Meanwhile, Rebecca's own family history was equally alarming. In 2017, her brother was convicted of murder. It wasn't just history repeating itself. Authorities also revealed that Child Protective Services had already intervened at the Haro household. At one point, another child, a toddler only 2 years old, had been removed from their care, and yet baby Emmanuel remained in the home. These revelations would spark outrage. How could a child with such vulnerable surroundings slip through the cracks? Even after the arrests, investigators did not give up hope of finding Emmanuel's body. On August 24th, law enforcement descended on remote terrain near Moreno Valley, focusing their search along the 60 freeway near Gilman Springs Road. This was not a random effort. Detectives believed Emmanuel's remains might have been left in this desolate stretch of land. The search was intense. Cadaver dogs, deputies scanning hillsides, and in a surreal image, Jake Haro himself, dressed in an orange jail jumpsuit, was brought out to the site. Under heavy guard, he appeared to guide deputies across the dry fields. For hours, the teams combed through the area. Social media lit up with rumors that a body had been found. But when the day ended, officials confirmed the heartbreaking truth. No remains had been located. The search continues to this day. The case against Jake and Rebecca Haro is built on disturbing evidence. First, the inconsistencies in Rebecca's story. Second, the blood evidence inside the home. Third, the sudden removal of baby-related items, suggesting deliberate staging. Investigators also took note of a suspicious fire near the Haro property. Was it an accident or an attempt to destroy evidence? Authorities haven't shared every detail publicly, but what they have revealed paints a chilling picture. Emmanuel likely died inside that home, and rather than seek help, those who should have protected him may have worked to conceal his death.
Whole situation, because this could have been prevented. I think the system failed these children, all of them. Heart-wrenching for everybody. I'm a mother and a grandmother, so it's been emotional. I've been following it since it started, and it's taken a toll on me. I've been having a hard time sleeping at night and just trying to keep up with the updates.
All up and down my arms, my legs, goosebumps, because I had a feeling they weren't so like a normal parent would be, running up and down, screaming, crying.
I don't know what people get in their head just to hurt the baby. It's just so sad. I had 2 miscarriages. When I had those, it broke my heart. So to see that somebody was able to hurt this little boy, it's not okay.
Because then it's like, okay, now it's completely off of what was said, what really happened.
I didn't really believe it. Just from the get-go, the mom, just you could tell. I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child. Someone took him from me.
As the case unfolded, social media exploded with rumors. Some posts claimed that Jake had led deputies directly to Emmanuel's grave. Others insisted the baby never existed at all. Conspiracy theories took root, muddying the waters of an already tragic case. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office repeatedly urged the public to ignore the false claims. They clarified, Emmanuel was real, his parents were charged, and despite searches, his body had not been found. But the wave of misinformation added another cruel twist. Not only for investigators, but for the extended family and community desperate for closure. Across Riverside and San Bernardino counties, Emmanuel's case left people stunned. Candlelight vigils were held. Community members gathered, lighting candles, holding teddy bears, whispering prayers for a baby they had never met. Local advocacy groups like the Uvalde Foundation for Kids stepped in, urging renewed search efforts and calling for reforms to child protection systems. The case wasn't just about one missing child. It was about a broader failure. How vulnerable children sometimes slip through safety nets meant to protect them. As of now, both Jake and Rebecca Haro remain in custody, facing murder charges. Prosecutors have not announced whether they will pursue the death penalty, but the seriousness of the charges leaves the possibility open. Meanwhile, investigators continue their search. Emmanuel's remains have not been recovered, and the case remains open. The community demands answers. Advocates call for accountability, and the justice system prepares for a trial that could expose even more chilling details. The story of baby Emmanuel Haro is one of sorrow, outrage, and unanswered questions. It is the story of a 6-month-old boy whose life was cut short before it even had the chance to begin. The story of a family with a violent past, a mother's broken account, and a father's dark history. It is also a story about the gaps in our system, the moments when intervention comes too late, when warnings go unheeded. Until Emmanuel is found, this story will remain unfinished. But his short life has already left an indelible mark. For his community, for investigators, and for anyone who believes that every child deserves protection, baby Emmanuel will never be forgotten. What do you think really happened to baby Emmanuel? Do you trust the investigation? Or do you believe there's more to this story? Let me know in the comments below. If you believe Emmanuel deserves justice, hit that like button right now. It helps spread his story. And don't forget to subscribe with the bell on so you never miss updates as this case unfolds. Finally, share this video, because the more people who hear Emmanuel's name, the harder it will be to ignore his story.